All right, we're here with Joe Cookie. First question, how'd you get the Joe Cookie name?
My name started out as Dookie. Jerry Bagley called me Dookie because I had green hair back in the day.
Green Day inspired?
Yeah. We were in Long Island and we were supposed to stay with somebody. We were riding 7-Eleven trails, and we ended up crashing with Brian Irochi and his family at like 1 a.m. And his mom was like, "Who are all these people?" And he was like, "This is my friend Cookie." Or he said Dookie, and she's like, "What, Cookie? My husband or my boyfriend in high school cheated on me with a cookie or something." And she like got all wild about it, so Cookie stuck.
All right. What was the first legit BMX video that you worked on?
First legit video was Standard Domination. I think I filmed all of Jerry Bagley's part. They did a couple trips to Boston and stuff, so I filmed some stuff like Robbo and Rick and stuff.
You worked on the 411 video zine, which was kind of short-lived. What was your role at 411? How'd you get that job, and what was it like?
I filmed some stuff on a trip to New York of Tyrone and Worms. I ran into Robbie Morales like a month later somewhere, like at the Gravity Games or something, and like anybody that knows Robbie, like he knows everything about everybody. And he came up to me, he's like, yo, I heard you got that footage of Worms and Roan. And I was like, what the f-? He's like, yo, we're starting up 411, give me that. And like I had the tape on me or whatever, I gave it to him, and then like they called me and told me they were going to use it, and they were like, you want to be one of our contributors and have any ideas for articles and stuff. So like the first issue that came out, I was just sending footage in, and then after that I like definitely took advantage and moved out, and then just kind of moved up like from contributor to like, I moved to Costa Mesa specifically to be like down the street and go to 411 meetings every Wednesday and shit.
And was it a big letdown when the thing folded pretty close to the beginning?
Yeah. I mean, I think when we did the Barcelona video, we had finally like started doing stuff our way, and like it was tough, like a company like that where there's people that don't know anything about BMX working on it, like good intentions or not, like there's like some graphics guy that doesn't know anything about it that's going to do something weird or pick a photo of Brian Castillo like with his leg out like that. Sorry.
Yeah, and they were probably not used to working on like BMX, which is probably a much smaller scale in terms of copies sold and everything.
It was crazy because I don't know, they like made a bunch of money off the CKY stuff and whatever, and they expanded to this bigger building. It was when everything was like at its peak, and then they did snow and surf and BMX, and I know they were definitely surprised at BMX, like the numbers it was doing. They're like, what? Because it's like it's so big, like it's just as big as skateboarding, but it doesn't. I don't know. That's a whole nother question. But yeah, they were really surprised. But like to answer your question, me and Robbie really felt like we were doing everything we wanted to do. By issue like 4, pretty much like me and Parrick doing all the articles, like filming and editing and stuff. And it was like I don't know. I was starting to get psyched on them, and we were getting what we wanted. And then they were like, we're about to release issue 5, which was the one with the Arteline profile and shit. And just like our regular Wednesday meeting, like, yeah, sorry guys, sad day, we're done.
And it was just like that?
Yeah, and
wow.
They weren't even going to put out 5. They were like, yeah, sorry. And we're like you got to put that out. Like we just worked on this, and then Robbie and I were gonna do it together. Like we were just gonna try to fund it ourselves, which is a joke because I probably had like $70 to my name. And they sent out, if you got issue 5, they sent out a press release saying that like Robbie and I were gonna take over the program. Whatever, we didn't. It just fell apart.
So you filmed and edited the Fit Barcelona video. What was that like, and how was that trip?
Yeah, that was a crazy one. Like when I started working with Robbie a lot, like Robbie really helped me. Like I was living in Riverside at first, which is like terrible place, but like I don't know, I was like with a lot of friends and having a good time, but it just got stale, and he's like, yo, you gotta move out to Costa Mesa. And so I started like riding with Robbie every day. He like hooked me up with Jay Marriott. He was like the graphics guy for Fit and stuff, so I moved in with him, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna do this trip to Barcelona, and like, it's like, yeah, right, like I'm like, that'd be dope, but definitely didn't get my hopes up. And then it happened, and it was insane.
Pretty wide variety of characters on the trip with like Edwin, Vicala, Mike Aiken, Van Homan.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, it was like the first time, like people thought we were crazy. Like nowadays, like everybody like goes on trips like that, but they were like, it just didn't make sense to anybody. Like I remember Van kept being like, so you gonna make a video out of this? Like yeah, we're gonna make a whole video out of it. And he's like, I don't know. And then like different egos, different personalities. Like it was still like back then too, I think like it wasn't super common for somebody like Van to go riding with someone like Edwin, or like, I don't know, like Inman, or like, not that they had anything against each other or anything weird like that. It was just, like dudes didn't mix so much. Like they stuck to their own little niche of riding.